Welcome to the Alaska Journey podcast with Jamin Gurker. The purpose of this podcast is to answer questions for those who are thinking of moving to Alaska and for those who are currently living here. This episode features real estate agent and Kodiak Island resident Katrina Benton.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about the more remote, and I hate using the term off the grid because it gets way the heck overused when we're talking about Alaska. But the thing I do like about kind of these places that are a little further out there is you really come to appreciate the default setting for land out there is wild until somebody does a lot of work to make it otherwise. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But okay, well let's get back on track here a little bit. So you left when you were around 12. And what was some of your favorite childhood memories of Kodiak when you were growing up there?
I think my favorite memories are running around in the woods with my cousins. We would just go outside and play and run around, go to the beach. And there was always, a pack of 20 kids running around. I think that's some of my favorite memories. My other favorite memories are going to be out on the boat with my dad and my uncles, and just all the stuff that I got to see that most people will never get to see. All the wildlife that we would see was really cool. I think I've seen more otters and sea lions and eagles, and I think I know all these animals, and I think that that was a really cool part of growing up. I also really, really enjoyed when I was a kid how close our community is and how I always felt safe here.
Sounds like it was a pretty good childhood.
Yeah, the best.
That's awesome. So with the wildlife then, that's definitely the case in Alaska and Kodiak. I imagine it's times 10 that. I guess when you're out to sea, like you see a ton of wildlife out there. How many types of whales do you see out there? Because I feel like belugas are kind of like the trash whale that we kind of see a lot in Alaska. We do see a fair amount of killer whales too. I guess
we see a lot of killer whales, and then just from my deck all summer, I can look out at the bay and see gray whales that hang out there. I can just whale watch from my deck, which is really cool. I think out on the ocean, it's fun because you have porpoises that'll follow your boat. They're kind of like a dolphin, I guess. You not familiar with a porpoise. Otters. I love seeing the otters and the puffins. These little birds that fly all around, and it's just really cool the way it all works together. I really think that it's something you have to see to really understand.
Right. And I think there's something really beautiful about seeing all these animals in the wild, because I feel like most people, they can see a lot of this stuff in a in a SeaWorld or a zoo somewhere, but there's not a whole lot of substitutes for stepping out onto the boat and seeing a killer whale 20 feet away in the water. Making eye contact with one. You're probably not going to get a whole lot of substitutes for that.
No. And when you're out on a little boat and a big whale is right there, it's a little bit adrenaline inducing, I'd say is the word for it, because they are pretty big whales, the fin whales that we see out there. It's pretty cool.
Did you ever have any almost capsize the boat?
No, thankfully no. My friends and I kayak on the ocean in the summertime, and we've seen whales, and we just paddle fast, get to shore. That's the rule.
Yeah, just don't be an internet sensation. That's not what we're trying to find today.
Back to shore, real quick.
Not trying to go viral here.
No.
Thank you for listening, and if you'd like to hear more of this conversation, follow the link to the Alaska Journey podcast in the description of the video.